Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. It's Finance Fridays. I know it's a little late, but I thought I'd get it right into it. It is all about today, your favorite topic. What is Daniel going to wear for Halloween? I want to hear in the comments below what I should dress up as. And if there's some interesting costumes that you think I should wear, I might just do it for our next video. All right, so today's video is all about this topic's crazy. I think a lot of people really don't understand what it is to be an investor. I'm going to tell you some of my opinions about what it is to be an investor, or what is an investor, because I think there's a lot of myths and myth. I wonder who that guy is. Yeah, so I want to talk about what it takes to be an investor. It's one of those things where I think a lot of people don't understand, and let's get right into what I think the definition is. All right, so number one, an investor to me is someone that puts money into something, a vehicle. It doesn't matter if it's stocks, bonds, gold, real estate, magic cards, Beanie Babies, umbrellas, pumpkins, whatever. And you're basically hoping for a return on your investment that's above what you have. Now, here's the fine line. Some people say, well, I'm a collector, so I'm not really an investor. See, the problem with that statement is you're still an investor because you're actually hoping that it goes up or there's a rise in the market. Let me ask you this question. Let me just kind of the end all question is, if you're just a collector, if the items went to zero, zilch, would it affect you? Also, if you're just a collector, why is it that you are price shopping heavily, making sure you get the best deal, making sure you're over negotiating the best price? It doesn't matter if it's 5 percentage points, 10 percentage points, 20%, whatever it is, you're trying to find the best deal, best price. To me, a collector, a true collector, is someone that just wants it because they love it. Case in point, I saw the 1992 Marvel Masterpieces original art for Mr. Fantastic on eBay, $3,200. I have no idea what it's worth. I probably paid more than what the market is or whatever it is. I mean, who cares? I just bought it because I like it. I love it. Now, if it was 10 grand, I probably ought to think about it. But even then, you know, maybe I like it enough to buy it, right? So my point is, if you really appreciate something, you like something, there really isn't a dollar value to it, and you're more of a collector. And that's something I collect. I like the original Marvel Masterpiece set cards and also the artwork. So that's a kind of a quick example. But if you're truly just a collector, 100%, there is no like ROI you're anticipating. You're like, oh, you know what? One day this Mr. Fantastic, in this case, painting, I'm hoping to get 20K. You know what? If it goes down to zero, I could give a rat's butt because I like the painting, I like the set, I like the cards. Now, obviously, I kind of feel like, it would feel bad if it went down to zero, but then I would just buy more. And that's great because I like them so much and I just make a larger collection out of it. So, does anybody fit into that category? Do you relate to what I just said? Let's talk about people that are players. Players oftentimes are collectors or let's step back. Have you ever met someone who says, hey, I'm a player and I just like these cards just to play with, but I would like to have all 20 of your cards, Mr. Vendor, because I just want to play with them. First off, anybody that's buying 20 or 10 or more than 4 of a card generally is going to be more of an investor-minded purpose or a dual player, collector, investor purpose. Don't fall into that trap. If someone says, hey, I'm just a collector, don't feel obligated to give them a discount. Don't feel obligated to give them a deal because, hey, you feel good for them because they're a collector. Like you feel bad for them. No, collectors are also investors in many ways. So I feel like it's hard to distinguish who is truly an investor. Now, let's talk about Rudy from Alpha Investments. He posts these videos about his, I think he had a collection of like antiquities cards, like a deck. He had like some Moxes, some dual lands that are graded, some Mishra's Workshops, etc. Argivian archaeologists. He's trying to reanimate those artifacts back in his hand and basically kill your opponent that way. Question is Rudy really a collector or an investor? I have to say he's both. And many of you online think he's probably just out there to make money. No, I know the guy very well. He's not there just to make money. He's also been very explicit on what he does. He sells newer Magic product for a discounted rate, much lower than your LGS store probably. No tax, free shipping generally, and basically to his patrons. He makes money off that, where also from his YouTube and stuff and other businesses, but he invests money into Magic, but in partial part of the money he invests, some of it he just collects flat out. In fact, some of it probably is stuff he'll never ever sell. He just wants to die with it. He even says that in his videos, that I'm just going to die one day with these cards and burn them or whatever. I don't know if he's serious. I don't know, if he's, I have no idea. But to me, from knowing the guy, I think that there is a collector bug in his heart. And there's also this investor side. I think the boxes of like hundreds of Mirage or hundreds of Ice Age, I kind of think, obviously, being sarcastic, those are investments. Those are hedging. He's trying to get a flat price, a price point, and anticipating growth long term. When he owns multiple Modern Masters boxes of 2015, like he just did in one of his recent videos, what do you think that is? Because he likes Modern Masters 2015? No, that is an investment. And that's perfectly fine. Everybody has the right to be an investor. Everybody has to be a collector. And I'm not making this video to basically say that, hey, if you're an investor or a collector, or if you're someone that's hating on those people, then you're a jerk. But I do have a problem with this. I have a problem with, and this is going to be a future video. It's a long-winded video. I have a problem with the old guard mentality. That's right. The old guard mentality people who've been giving old school Magic a bad name, not including other players and investors too. I mean, people that buy the cards, buy and sell the cards, probably make a profit, maybe not make a profit. Who cares? But they assume so much, these old guard people who basically are not wanting them to play in their little groups, their little cults, and I'll explain this later on another video. Why is it that these people even exist, and why do they hate the investors so much? I've come to the theory that I think it's probably the word jealousy comes along. A lot of the people that dislike investors seem to think that they drive the prices of the cards so high that it's unobtainable to the other people. It's almost like the communism effect or socialist effect, where basically Magic cards should just be free to everyone and there should be no value to them. You know what's kind of funny though, kind of ironic, which I'll get into my other video about this? These trolls or these old guard mentality, old school Magic players or investors or players, or you want to call them players, whatever, but they're investors because they secretly want the prices to be low so they can buy more. What? Why would they do that? Why would they lie and manipulate and lie about other people? Why don't they just say, hey, I just want the prices to be low so I can buy more? That's right. Unfortunately, there's a lot of hate in the community, a lot of jealousy from people that make money on Magic. It's too bad. It's too bad. It's too bad that someone bought Amazon for a couple bucks, or Apple when it was $1, or Bitcoin when it was $1, or any other stock for $1, and now it's worth hundreds of dollars or thousands of dollars. Man, I wish I was in the IPO of Tesla. I wish I was in the IPO of Facebook when it was like $20 or $25. Why do people even cry about this crap? Why do people get upset over investors making money on Magic cards or stocks. Why is that? Why is it so emotional to people? Why are they so bad? Well, jealousy, hatred. I think they're jealous of the fact that other people actually caught wind prior to them. They're also upset because they think that the investor took advantage of Magic players or other people in the industry because they got them at a lower price. But let me just explain something to you. When you buy something at a lower price because at that moment of time, snapshot in time back in the, I don't know, like when Alpha Lotuses were like $1,000. Does that mean you took advantage of someone or you bought someone's collection and then you're the bad guy for being the investor? Absolutely not. You had the foresight to basically risk your money on the blackjack table to invest that money, and it went up. Just like Rudy, he bought cards, boxes, right, at an X amount of price when others thought he was stupid. And now who's laughing, right? He's making money off those things. But the thing is, people get so salty over the fact that people have had success in Magic. They almost feel like Magic, like the people, investors, are driving up the prices and ruining the game, making it so expensive that others can't play. But that's the thing. Magic is a game you have to pay into. You have to buy into. There's an entry point. It's like going to Disneyland. You have to pay. It's like going to buy a Ferrari. It's like buying a nice house. Why is it that people think you should get it for free? And that's not the way the world works. That's not the way society works. You have to buy, you have to pay into, something to get into it. And I think people are salty in many different ways of these investors because they basically are the people profiting, I guess some of these groups call it profiteering, right, from gamers. And they make it sound so bad. But the thing is, I as a vendor, sure, I may profit, and that's capitalism, that's business. Does that make me a bad person? Does that make me a person that's just basically not doing the right thing? No, I'm supporting a family. What is it when you go to, let me ask these people that are the old guard, those of you who are watching the channel and trolling me all the time. What is it when you go to like the store, the grocery store, and buy groceries? And what is it when you go and buy that house or that car or that Prius or whatever car you drive, that bicycle? What is it when you travel to, some restaurant and you travel to a nice hotel or you go to a bad hotel? What is it when you go to that website and you pay? Who's making the money? Who's profiting from you? Everybody. There's profit to be made in every industry in the world. It has nothing to do at all with Magic. It's just society. There is a business profit. How about the job that you work at? If you're like a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, I'm naming some of the old guard potential jobs. Maybe you work at a retail outlet. Maybe you are, work for Google. Maybe you're a physician. I don't know what you do. Maybe you do something like pumpkin selling. Does that mean that your company, you may not be directly in sales, but your company has to make a profit to then give you your paycheck to create other jobs? But why is it that someone's buying Magic cards? Someone may buy 30, 40, maybe in Rudy's case, 50 plus Old Man of the Seas. I don't know how many he has. Does that make him, as an investor, a bad person? That he's driving the prices up? Sure, fine, he drives the prices up. But does that make him a worse person? Does it make him ruining the game for players? Well, I'm sorry to say this, guys, but to a lot of people, the old guard people, they think it's horrible. So back to the conversation at hand, and I'll leave you guys kind of with some thought process this weekend. Ask yourselves, if you were given an opportunity to make a lot of money or money off Magic cards, and you had no idea at that moment, right? But you were told, okay, you're going to make a potential profit, and you just have to invest X amount of money. and you were going to make that profit one day. Ask yourselves, would you take that bet? Would you make money off magic cards if I told you you're probably going to make money on magic cards? And would you really think, man, I'm really unethical, or I'm really a bad person to actually make a profit off something long term? Does that make me a bad person as an investor? And then I ask you, do you think that if that investment, let's say, goes astronomical levels, like, I don't know, you bought a car for $1,000 and now it's $20,000, would you make that investment? I'm telling you, most people would be like, absolutely, right? You would take that investment all night long. The thing is, it's hypocritical, this conversation, because a lot of people out there, it doesn't matter who you are, want to profit. You're in the stock market, or you're in real estate or something because you want a profit. You want to grow your portfolio of assets. But it's so weird that in collectibles, it's like a taboo, like a no, dark side, that the evil investor, that's what they call it, is just, they're not wanted. There's cults out there. There's people in these old school groups, which I'll explain to you later on, that have definitions of investors. These definitions are scary. All right, guys, you guys have a great weekend. Hope you guys have a safe Halloween coming up. I'll talk to you guys soon. Put in the comments below what you want me to wear as my costume. It better not be nasty. It better not be dirty. Be safe, everyone. Take care.